This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
This is News Tonight on NDTV Hindu. Good evening, I'm Evelyn Matthew.
Hi, I am Pir Mohammed. I am bringing you details of Tamil Nadu government's plans to regulate digital banners in Chennai city.
Well, plenty coming your way in the next 30 minutes, but first a look at our top stories. The Tamil Nadu government brings back its anti-banner drive. Speculations of political motives are rife, with 2011 polls in view. On the 10th day of protest, the first round of talks between contract workers of NLC and the Regional Labour Commissioner failed. Second round of talks begin. The promise of free vaccines for the poor will be fulfilled in the first week of October, Chennai to be covered in the initial stage. 24 hours ahead of the Ayodhya verdict, the politicos of Tamil Nadu voice for peace in the state.
We have mobilized the entire police force. The state police force is a little over 1 lakh.
Officers and men will be deployed. We don't expect any problem.
It's time to roll out our carpets to the robo-soldier of the future, not on the 70mm, but one of real time.
Exos 2 is more fluid and stronger. I don't feel the strength, but I know I can pick up more.
As Chennai plays host to an international volleyball tournament, the scorching weather plays spoil sport for the participants. And paint the city green as you hitch your ride on this hybrid eco drive. Well, let's also take a look at what's making news nationally. The Home Minister promises foolproof security ahead of the Ayodhya judgment, expresses his faith and understanding in his countrymen.
We are confident that with the measures that we have taken, we will be able to maintain law and order throughout the country.
Dr. Manmohan Singh launches the unique identity card program in Maharashtra. 10 tribals are the first to get their cards. The Supreme Court comes down heavily on the Commonwealth organizers. They say they cannot turn a blind eye to 70,000 crore rupees of corruption. The IPL Governing Council is reconstituted at the annual general meet in Mumbai as Sunny's shown the door. BCCI drops cases against Jagmohan Dalmia. And the Indian team gets an image makeover. They are now true blue Nike style. Well, it's 60 years after it went first to the courts, but now there shall be a verdict in the Ayodhya title suit tomorrow. Ahead of the judgment day, private schools and colleges in Chennai will remain open as opposed to other neighbouring states ahead of the verdict. However, government schools and colleges are already in the midst of their semester holidays. Elaborate security arrangements have been made in view of the Ayodhya title suit that is to be pronounced by the Allahabad High Court. An alert has been sounded across the state of Tamil Nadu. The entire police machinery has been mobilized as part of well-planned security arrangements. Chennai, which has been a relatively peaceful city, is taking no chances ahead of Thursday. All vehicles will be screened as part of procedure. Political parties, meanwhile, have appealed for peace and calm before the verdict.
On behalf of our party, I appeal to all these sections of the people to maintain peace. And I also appeal to the state government to give security, to make all the efforts to protect peace and normalcy in the state in view of the judgment.
And NDTV Hindu caught up with the city's top cop, Mr. T. Rajendran, on the security arrangements in the city in the wake of the verdict.
The Chennai City Police Force have been sensitized over the Ayodhya verdict. We are now joined by the city's police chief, Mr. T. Rajendran. So tell us, what strategy have you adopted to maintain peace and harmony in the city?
First of all, let me assure you, we do not expect any problems. We have spoken to both the parties on either side, the Hindus as well as the Muslim, both outfits on either side, and they promised us cooperation, and they've also promised us that there will be no problem from their side. The only thing we have to do is mount a watch over the antisocial elements, which we shall do from today onwards. The entire city police will be mobilized, and also the senior officers will be on rounds. And we will also undertake storming operations today and tomorrow. And we also convened a meeting of the printing press owners and told them that they should not print anything inflammatory. which can hurt the sentiments of any particular community. So all steps have been taken and we are geared to face the verdict on 30th afternoon.
So, will there be heavy deployment of police in sensitive places with a history of communal disharmony?
We don't have much of a history of communal disturbance in Chennai city, but whichever places we feel are a little sensitive, police presence will be a little heavy, and of course patrolling will be there, and senior officers will be monitoring these particular places. There will also be some police presence in front of places of worship also. But this does not mean that we are expecting problems. We are confident that there will not be any problems in Chennai city.
With all your efforts, we wish that the city will be peaceful as always. Thank you for joining us, sir. In Chennai, Salim for NDTV Hindu.
Meanwhile, in the capital, Home Minister P. Chidambaram has appealed for calm over the verdict tomorrow on the disputed site in Ayodhya in Uttar Pradesh. Close to 2 lakh security men will be on high alert when the Allahabad court decides on the site. The Indian government has banned text and video messages in bulk on mobile phones as a precaution. The opposition party, the BJP, has said that regional governments run by the party will respect the court's verdict. Chidambaram, in his appeal, has said that the dispute should not be allowed to derail India's progress.
The Prime Minister has made an appeal. All political party leaders have made an appeal. Religious leaders have made an appeal. I think India has moved, especially people who are born after 1992 have a very different world view. So we are confident that with the measures that we have taken, we will be able to maintain law and order throughout the country. So I don't foresee any problems in the wake of the judgment. Nevertheless, as government, we have to take measures, and that is what I said in my statement. We have taken measures. We have deployed adequate security forces.
Well, in more news from the state, after 10 whole days of protest by the contract workers of the Neyveli Lignite Corporation, the first round of talks have failed yet again. However, the second round of talks are on between the Regional Labour Commissioner, the NLC management and the workers at the Shastri Bhavan. 13,000 contract workers are demanding parity, permanency, medical and housing facilities and have been rather dissatisfied with the NLC management. And our reporter Shabir Ahmed now joins us with the latest details over the phone line. Shabir, at what's really unfolding at the Shastri Bhavan? What's really led to this failure of talks, the first round?
Well, Evelyn, both the unions and the NLC management have once again failed to come on to find a solution for this ongoing strike, which has entered its 10th day today. In fact, the striking unions are very much particular about their demands. In fact, from day one, they have been pressing for their demands, and they wanted the NLC management to implement the 10-point agenda that has been given to them. And in fact, pressing those demands, they have been organizing these kinds of agitations, and this is the 7th round of talks between NLC management and the striking unions in the presence of Labour Commissioner. But it seems to be more difficult by the day because the NLC management last time when they said that there was some kind of progress in the talks and the talks are improving between both the groups. But definitely today it appeared that while before the talks itself, the striking unions, representatives of the striking unions were not in that good spirit. In fact, they told us that the NLC management is very stubborn. They are not trying to compromise on any particular issue. So it has become increasingly difficult for the striking unions to take a decision at this point in time. Yes, last time the NLC management had announced that in principle they are ready to hike the wages of workers. But what is the amount? That is what the contention is between the striking unions and the NLC management. The NLC management says that they are ready to they are ready to pay a limited amount, but the striking workers want equal pay for both contract employees as well as permanent employees. So that is something which is not that easy to implement. So still stalemate continues between both the groups. Tomorrow, they will
Right,
be,
Shabir, but as these talks are going on, will it in any way affect the power supply in the state? Is it at stake?
Well, when we spoke to some of NLC, some of our sources in NLC management, they tell us that there is no problem in power supply. It will not affect or hamper power generation operations there at NLC. But definitely, when we speak to the representatives of NLC Contract Workers Union, they give us a different picture altogether. In fact, 2 days ago, they told us that there was a decline in 700 megawatts. But definitely there will be a disruption because 13,000 contract workers are on strike. So definitely the process will be much more difficult for the NLC management to handle. So
right,
that is clear that there will be some kind of decline, but the NLC management will face the problem of power generation getting affected in another 2-3 days.
Right. Thanks very much indeed for joining us with those latest updates. Clearly getting difficult by the day for both the management and the workers as well. Now, saying it with words and pictures does not seem to be the Tamil Nadu government's style. The state government today told the Madras High Court that amendments would be introduced in the local body acts in the assembly in November to regulate indiscriminate use of digital banners across the city. The Madras High Court has expressed its displeasure of regular erection of digital banners in Chennai while hearing contempt petitions. The inconvenience caused to both the traffic and the public due to those banners is viewed with serious concerns by a Madras High Court bench. The court asked the government what steps it had taken to curb the menace, to which the state government replied saying that amendments to regulate digital banners would be introduced in the upcoming session of the Tamil Nadu Assembly.
There is a traffic hazard because of the digital banners in the city for some time. They have violated all the norms of the City Municipal Corporation Act. So, breaching the court orders, I have filed contempt 2 times. In 2 times, the Commissioner of Corporation has expressed an unconditional apology. The government has come forward by having a meeting on 14/9/2009 under the Chief Secretary along with 5 secretaries including Municipal Administration Secretary and expressed their views. They are also going to formulate a law during November session through government, and it will be implemented in the manner of safeguarding the citizens' life also.
And joining us with more details on that story is our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed, who joins us live from our newsrooms. Peer, more than anything else, is the timing of this issue that has once again cropped up really the bigger question?
Yes, Evelyn, in recent times you can see across the city whenever there is a political function or a social function, even marriages of political functionaries, families, the whole pedestrian path is occupied by these digital banners put up by the various people, welcoming their party leaders, and this was in violation of the City Corporation Act itself. That is what came up for hearing a month ago before Justice Murugesan and Justice Rajendran in the Madras High Court. That is when they said it is in violation of the City Corporation's Hoarding Act. How come the government allows it? Except for a Chief Minister's media release which says that the digital banners can be put up 3 days prior to the function and 2 days after the function. There is no guideline which is governing these digital banners. But using this loophole, every political party or even small parties are misusing this, and that has caused a lot of disturbance both to the public and the traffic. The judges have opined that immediately the government should look for ways to eradicate this frequent erection of digital banners. And the government has set up a meeting under Chief Secretary, and it has come out with a conclusion that it should be taken up in the upcoming assembly session in November, and serious amendments should be brought for the existing local body acts to regulate these digital banners. And that decision is conveyed to the Madras High Court today, and the judges also expressed their satisfaction over such a decision by the state government. Evelyn?
Right. Thanks very much indeed, Pete, for joining us with those details. Still ahead on News Tonight, it's the power of many in one single card. Watch out for what a swipe with this could mean to you.